Good morning, everyone. We stand at the precipice of something truly revolutionary. For generations, conventional wisdom told us that life pretty much ended around 80. But I'm here to tell you, science says the rules have changed. We are entering an era where a 180-year human lifespan is not just a dream, but a coming reality. This isn't just about living longer, it's about a complete biological and economic paradigm shift. What we're about to explore is the blueprint for decoding that immense longevity, and with it, the incredible wealth and possibilities that emerge. For far too long, modern medicine has been lauded for extending our lives. But let's be honest, it's mostly extended the process of dying, not true, vibrant living. The biological ceiling of human lifespan hasn't actually moved in 3,000 years. What we've achieved is reducing infant mortality, allowing more people to reach that same natural adult lifespan. The illusion of progress has masked a regression. In fact, in recent years, the most advanced society on Earth, the United States, is actually seeing a decline in life expectancy. We haven't engineered longer lives, we've simply saved babies. Now, metabolic diseases are reversing even those gains, making us sicker, not healthier. The core of our modern health crisis is a fundamental mismatch. Our 3 million-year-old genome is simply at war with our modern food supply. This isn't a minor skirmish, it's a perpetual state of metabolic failure, slowly poisoning the very machinery designed to keep us alive and thriving. Think of it as a toxic loop. We consume modern inputs like refined carbohydrates and seed oils, which trigger a chronic insulin spike. This, in turn, leads to systemic inflammation throughout the body. The outcome? Accelerated aging and a host of diseases that keep us from truly living our best lives. It's time to break this cycle. So, how do we reverse this aging process at the cellular level? The answer lies in activating a powerful, innate mechanism called autophagy, or self-eating. This isn't science fiction, it's a biological switch. The key trigger for autophagy is the absence of glucose and insulin. When your body isn't constantly fed sugars, it goes into a remarkable mode. It begins to identify zombie cells, damaged, dysfunctional cells, and accumulated debris. The result is profound cellular recycling, DNA repair, and a noticeable cognitive clearing. This incredible system, designed for our survival, only activates when we stop feeding our bodies toxins. Fueling this evolution isn't about starvation, it's about intelligently changing our fuel sources. By drastically cutting carbohydrate toxins and prioritizing healthy fats, we essentially switch our body's engine from being a sugar burner to an efficient fat burner. This transition leads to metabolic flexibility, moving us away from glucose dependence. The amazing outcome? Many individuals report that their biological markers revert to those of a 30-year-old within months. Imagine the energy, the clarity, the vitality. It's a profound shift from a diet of grains, sugar, and processed foods to one rich in animal fats, proteins, and strategic fasting. Now, let's talk about the sick care economy. It's a harsh truth, but this system relies heavily on your decline. Think about it: a healthy, vibrant 180-year-old human who requires virtually no medication is a financial disaster for many of these established industries. The key insight here is that profit is generated from chronic illness management, not health optimization. For too long, the truth has been distorted, keeping us dependent on maintenance medications and endless treatments. This creates a cycle where big pharma, big food, and healthcare systems all benefit from a dependent patient. It's time to empower ourselves and break free from this model. With the potential for extended lifespans, the traditional three-stage life: learn, work, decline is frankly obsolete. The concept of retiring at 60 is mathematically broken when life extends to 180 years. We won't have just one career, we'll experience continuous reinvention, punctuated by essential periods of renewal. Look at the 180-year model. It envisions multiple careers, each lasting perhaps 30 years, separated by refreshing breaks. This isn't about working harder for longer, it's about embracing new skills, new passions, and new contributions throughout a greatly extended, fulfilling life. It culminates in an era of unparalleled wisdom. This new era will give rise to the hyper-expert. Imagine a professional with 100 years of accumulated experience, yet possessing the energy of a 30-year-old. Think about the compounding skill and knowledge. Such individuals will never truly burn out, they'll simply pivot and deepen their expertise. Labor productivity will skyrocket, and innovation will accelerate as experts dive into fields with a depth and breadth never before possible. Picture someone who has mastered astrophysics for 30 years, then architectural design for another 30, and then perhaps medicine for 30 more, bringing a synthesis of knowledge that's truly transformative. This is the power of extended, vital living. With lifespans of 150 years or more, the phrase, "till death do us part," takes on an entirely new meaning. Managing a single marriage for a century and a half may not be the norm. Instead, we anticipate a cultural acceptance of what we call serial monogamy. This means distinct, loving life chapter partnerships defined by shared growth phases, rather than an expectation of lifelong endurance with one individual. We might see Partnership 1 focused on family building and self-discovery, then Partnership 2 dedicated to exploration and new adventures, and perhaps Partnership 3 rooted in shared wisdom and deeper connection. Each lasting 30 years, these evolving relationships reflect our evolving selves. Let's consider the economics of this utopia. Currently, nations hemorrhage vast amounts of wealth treating chronic, largely preventable diseases. This sick care consumes a staggering portion of our budgets. But imagine if healthcare costs were to plummet because people are fundamentally healthier. Trillions of dollars would be freed up, not just for individual happiness and well-being, but for profound societal advancement. Think about it: instead of 60% of our resources going to sick care, that could shrink to a mere 5%, allowing us to dramatically increase investments in education, welfare, and groundbreaking research and development. This is the profound health dividend that awaits us. Now, let's turn our attention to your financial future, because here, time is the only variable that truly matters. Living to 180 isn't just a biological blessing, it's an economic cheat code. When we look at the formula for compound interest, which is how wealth truly grows, the rate of return is linear. But time, my friends, is exponential. You don't need to be a genius investor or pick the next hot stock. You simply need to live long enough for the math to work its magic. The longer your money compounds, the more astronomically it grows. That is the exponential multiplier of time. This brings us to the concept of the 100-year portfolio. Most people save for 30 years hoping to survive for another 30 in retirement. We are talking about preparing to invest for an additional 100 years. Small, consistent investments in standard, broad market assets like the S&P 500 or diversified tech ETFs, when allowed to compound for 80, 90, or even 100 years, turn into truly astronomical sums. This isn't about chasing risky gains, it's about harnessing the power of time. The 180-year advantage means your wealth compounds far beyond anything previously imagined, providing unparalleled financial security and legacy. Ultimately, when it comes to this strategy for wealth building, the only real risk is dying too soon. Our investment approach is simple: buy the market through broad index funds. The crucial condition for this strategy to be virtually risk-free is that you survive to enjoy the returns. Your physical health is the holding period for your financial wealth. You absolutely must survive and thrive to cash out and enjoy the fruits of your long-term investing. Health extends your time, time multiplies your wealth, and that wealth, in turn, supports your continued health. It's a virtuous cycle, but it all begins with prioritizing your longevity. Exciting changes are on the horizon. In 2026, we anticipate a monumental paradigm shift in the US dietary guidelines. Politics and science are finally converging, and this upcoming change marks the mainstream acceptance of low-carb science. The dam is about to break, and the world is waking up to these vital truths. Those who adapt their biology and their finances now, who embrace these principles early, will be not just years, but decades ahead of the masses. This isn't just a recommendation, it's a call to action for your future well-being and prosperity. Your second evolution begins today. It's a dual strategy for a longer, richer life: eat to heal and invest to grow. On the biology front, it means cutting sugar and processed carbohydrates, prioritizing nutrient-dense animal fats and proteins, and activating your body's natural autophagy. For your economy, it's about strategically buying index and technology ETFs, automating your contributions so they're consistent, and holding those investments for the long haul, effectively forever. Remember, the only limit to your incredible future is the health of your cells today. Take control, embrace this evolution, and live your longest, wealthiest life.